Welcome everyone to another Pixelated review. I'm your host, Pixelated Jordan. So, now we are back with the Sir, the man, the skeleton man himself, Skulduggery Pleasant. And this is the second book in Phase 3. Now, technically, they have another story that happens before this story, and honestly, it's a lot of fun if you just go there for the fun of it. So, and I guess it does matter because there's a pretty big not plot hole, but plot twist for the characters in that one, but yeah. Anyway, for this review, I just want to point out that yes, there is spoilers. This is the 17th book into this series. I'm spoiling it, alright? And if you do not want to be spoiled about who the killer is in this book, I'm telling you right now, click off the video because I'm gonna spoil it because I have to talk about it in the end. I cannot avoid it, okay? So, if you do not want to be spoiled, I'm telling you right now, click off right now because I will be spoiling everything in this book, okay? Okay, now for those who did read it or who don't care about spoilers, welcome back. I guess, I don't know. But anyway, without further ado, let's start the review. The review. So we start off with our slasher kind of thing going on here, which I gotta admit, for Phase 3, going with this slasher vibe throughout the entire 2 books, honestly, it's been a blast. I've been enjoying it a lot. I really do enjoy the theming of slashers. And the only thing I'll definitely say for right now, because I'll get to it later, the villain of our story, the slasher villain, if you would, of the story, is kind of lazy in design because he uses the same design of the last one. But he does say thank you, Ghostface, at the beginning for his dedications. So I guess technically, if you're going to make a reference to that and the killer does the same thing, wearing the same mask and getup as the last guy, I guess it makes sense. But I kind of find it lazy still. Anyway, point being, he's back. The killer, not the same killer, but the killer wearing the same getup. Now, at the beginning, we do kind of get a pretty cool fight scene with, finding this bomb or this stuff for a bomb and all this. Kind of just with these people who don't want to be a part of this world because of magic, and especially what happened during the reset, being tortured and killed by humans. We don't want that anymore. They want to be isolated, which is fair. Honestly, very fair. But the scene was really fun, and she was fighting in a bikini this whole time. Valkyrie, big muscled woman who fights a lot. Nice. Anyway, sooner or later we do kind of just go through the story as normal, and I have to admit it kind of gets a little sometimes. Like, I understand that even though this is like a pretty short book by Phase 2 standard, because those books were thick, this one right here is about 11 hours long, but it felt like it was a bit paced slowly, which is odd, but it did kind of pick up its pace when we got to the conclusion. But I will admit that the dread that was here for Valkyrie, because this is straight up just a Valkyrie story. Skulduggery, he's there, but not present a lot. But when he does show up, he's like a beacon of hope, which I really do like. But this is mainly for Valkyrie, and when she confronts the slasher, oh my god, it's actually dreadful, because the thing about the killer is that he has an anti-magic thing. I don't know how you want to call it, but basically, anyone around you cannot use magic. So, puts everyone else at a disadvantage. Also, he has a machete. So, Jason. Anyway, but it was a lot of entertainment there, and like I said, just dread was real, and poor Valkyrie went through it a lot. And that's the crazy part, because we've seen her when she with the Darkest, how she dealt with that trauma, and then now this when it comes to the reset. And this right here just really just genuinely scared her, because she was literally powerless to do anything. So really good props right there for Valkyrie, because I was like, dang, I'm even scared for her. This is actually really tense. Now, the only thing I would say that I do not like about Phase 3 so far, and I get it, maybe I get why the reasoning, but I don't like it that much. Winter. I do not like Winter, the sister of Valkyrie. I cannot stand Winter. Like Almond and Darkly from Phase 2, I loved him. I thought he was an amazing addition, and him being a representation of, the new generation of sorcerers was good. I think he nailed it on the dot, and I absolutely loved Darkly and his brother. But Winter, I think, is supposed to play the same role for the new generation. If you want like representation of that, it would be Gen 1 was Valkyrie, Gen 2 Omen Darkly, Gen 3 Winter. I do not like Winter. She's just such a snob about everything, and I do not like her. Like, the thing that she complains about so much is Valkyrie's constantly saving her and making the decisions for her not to be suffering. From when she was born, from the original, Phase 1, and then up to now, to see her go like, well, I don't like it. I want to make one step. Like, you ungrateful. I never had so much like just irritation in me to want to go like, you're stupid. So let's get to the end, because this is where things are going to get heated. So we do find out who the villain is, and it does feel kind of out of left field, but it's kind of hinted at throughout, because Valkyrie does talk about her love life from Phase 1, vampires and stuff like that. Well, guess who comes back? The slasher villain is the vampire dude himself. That's right. And it kind of made sense. It was kind of out of, but again, it did feel it was out of left field. Erotica Han does make an appearance in this, like, kind of legitimately, which is kind of cool and creepy, but yeah, he kind of felt left field, so I don't know why he kind of existed, if you would. So didn't like him, so that was kind of a weird twist. But there was this faceless one, and talking about the ancient ones again too. The faceless one's a child, and then the ancient one's a child as well, which is gonna be crazy, because that sounds like it might be for the third book, which I am looking forward to. But the Winter, though, she does get a crazy power up, and it's from before the reset. The little spark that every faceless one became, that's going to play a big role. And she's powerful now, so which is crazy. But oh my god, that's going to play a big role. And when they does kind of get to the end, when they're fighting this one, the resurrection vampire guy, he takes off the mask. Erotica Han was technically controlling him, giving him power, and well, he took it off because he was trying to be macho and obviously pride, and well, he was kind of realizing, oh, I'm dying, I need to get that mask on. Fletcher comes back to save the day, and he kicked his butt for a minute, and then he got stabbed, because he did like straight up just Thor hammer his machete from another side, and it stabbed him. So our original teleporter just died, which is very sad. Shockingly though, it went by really fast, which I don't understand how and why, but it did. And yet I enjoyed I enjoyed it, but it was very sad to kind of see how he went out just the way he did, and it was very disappointing that it wasn't taking long enough, but I understand the situation though. But yes, unfortunately, Fletcher is the one that passes. And then we get to the other bit where Winter finds a guy that apparently killed the dad and the mom and her at the end. She found the mortal that did that. And she was pissed, and she was going to take him out, and the big thing with Valkyrie said, no, you shouldn't take a life, and blah, 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 don't do that. Winter doesn't care. It's like, oh, no, you've been making decisions for me, now it's my burden to carry. You shouldn't have to carry burden. I'm like, are you serious? And I'm getting so bugged with Winter because of all her things that she's doing. And now, we get to the part where Valkyrie pulls a gun and shoots the guy for Winter, and Winter is still mad because she wanted to kill him. I don't like Winter. Winter's terrible. Valkyrie just made another big sacrifice for her sister, and she's going to prison. And that's when the book ends. My god. How could you... Winter, I don't like you. Winter, how dare you. Valkyrie, I hope the best for the next book, because my god. Jeez. What a sacrifice. The rating. Alright, let me pull myself back together here. Winter bugged me so much, I did not like it. But however, I would definitely say the writing, the dread that was here throughout the entire story for Valkyrie was amazing. The slasher vibes are awesome. Now, I do feel like these reveals were a bit rushed, so I kind of didn't like it, and it felt like kind of out of left field as well. So, how do I feel? I still enjoyed it, and I truly think that it's a good addition to the story. I wish Skulduggery definitely was there, but I'm biased because I absolutely think Skulduggery is the best character of all time, so that's a biased. But for what the story was and how it handled it was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and it has me hyped to see how the trilogy is gonna end because the ending, oh man, we're going to uncharted territories like for our characters doing this. This is gonna be one of the craziest things I've ever seen that this has happened in Skulduggery Pleasant's universe. So, other than the reset, of course. But I'm looking forward to it. So, with that being said, for Skulduggery Pleasant, a heart full of hatred, gets a rating of... Check it out. Hi, I want to thank you guys all for watching this video. I appreciate it. Sorry for the ramble, but I really had to get my thoughts out there. Anyway, if you are curious about this book, I will link it down below. Also, did you know I am an author as well? That's right. If you're into the paranormal and ghosts, I have a book called Unborn Ghost. It's a story about a man named Asher who's trying to find his way back home. And if ghosts aren't your style and you want something a little bit more creepy and spiders, then I have The Devil's Spider. It's about 3 teenagers going to an island full of spiders and mayhem ensues. If that's what you're interested in, then I'll link these 2 down below as well. And as always, thank you guys for watching my videos, and I hope you all have a great day.